All right, okay, this looks good. This looks promising. Look where we are, everybody. So this is we're basically in a place called Booker Bay and at the edge of Ettalong Beach. And we're about half an hour after sunrise. So this is just the lovely afterglow because we have no literal horizon here. We've got the hills in the way and the cloud bank. So it's all coming up a little after sunrise. And then over here on my right, we've got the cute little boats. We're standing on a wonky jetty. Really wonky jetty. Let's go a little walk along here. Richard comes here. Yes, we just saw the ferry. Emily, come in from Palm Beach, picking up people to take them back across to Palm Beach. So this is kind of where we intersect. And I haven't seen Richard for a while. I know he had a little bit of frustration the other day. But these little boats here are little hire boats. So we've got these little boats for hire that you can take out for a couple of hours or for a day. And then we've got the bigger boats over here. Yeah, it's a very wonky jetty. Look at it. So I'm sure it's going to be safe, but up there it's kind of wobbling up and down a bit. It's obviously on a pontoon. And then over on my right, this is Ettalong. So we're just going to go for a walk along the beach. Look at these lovely houses. Here's the Anderson boat shed. And I can say good morning to Cynthia and Emily, and I know that Gregory's here. Lethargy, hi Lethargy. I think I saw Tariq earlier. I'm not sure if he came back after I restarted twice. Oh, there you are, Tariq. Welcome. So we're going to have a look at these lovely houses along here if I don't trip over and land on my face. And it's a lovely, just a gentle start to the day. Hi Anne, welcome. Okay, so just a gentle walk along this beach. Nothing too strenuous. Enjoying the sounds of the water lapping against the sand. And we'll finish up with a coffee around the point. Hi Alicia, 5:15 p.m. here on a Sunday. Lovely. So we've got some lovely houses along here. Some of them are older and they just open out straight onto this lovely beach. There's one under construction over there. And it'd be lovely living here, wouldn't it? Wake up in the morning, step out your front door or your back door, whichever way you want to look at it, and just straight out here. Not bad at all. And then over behind me, I'm going to be walking away from the sunrise. We'll keep an eye on it. Just the lovely sky over there behind me. Hi Sarah, welcome. So I'm walking backwards at the moment, but it really is very, very pretty. So let's just slowly walk along here. And enjoy the sounds of the water against the sand. So across the way over there, that is called Pretty Beach. And there's another wharf over there, another ferry wharf called Wagstaff. We haven't done this ferry or tried to get to Palm Beach from here. Maybe an adventure for another day. That's possible, Emily. That's very possible. Here, look at this. I actually don't know, but if Richard mentioned that on one of his tours, then that likely is the case. The waves are luscious, yeah. I think it's the wake. I think we had a boat go past a little while ago that's raised a bit of a wake. But if I come up here, just a bit above the waterline, and we'll have a look at some of these houses. I'm stepping on rather uneven ground at the moment. There's sort of a layer of seaweed that's washed up at the high tide mark. So it makes walking at this point a little bit tricky. But if we get just above it a little bit further, we can see some of these lovely houses here. Dolores, it shouldn't be. I sorted it out for everybody else. Yes, I started out and I had a vertical picture. So then I restarted. We got our picture correct orientation wise, but then it was very small. So I restarted a second time and it was right for everybody else. So I'm not sure why you're lagging. I'm wondering if refreshing might sort you out, because I know everyone else seems to be okay right now. I'm just looking at the beautiful landscaping on this house. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Thanks, Dolores. Yeah, we're all still learning on this adventure, aren't we? The different technology everyone's playing with, and just getting to learn it. Hi, Mary Lou. Here we go. Let's have another look behind me. Very pretty sky. And the boats. Very quiet. Gosh, I tell you, there's just no one here. After the few people jumped on the ferry to head over to Palm Beach, now there's just no one here. It's very quiet. So it's another nice house there. These houses there's just no activity in them at all. No one seems to be around. The seagulls are out. So we're heading towards, the sky is beautiful, isn't it, Mary Lou? We'll have another look at it. I know we've got a construction fence in the way, but hopefully the sky is having a bigger impact. Excellent, 80. Well done. I'm glad everyone's got it sorted now. So, one more thing I've learned: don't start the stream in in portrait. Make sure I'm in horizontal in landscape before I go live. Again, lots of dog footprints. There was a big sign up there saying no dogs allowed on the beach, but I can see lots of little paw prints on the sand. Look at this. Now, they're not human. Those ones there aren't human. Most of summer homes, yeah, you're probably right. I think that's probably the case. Really lovely outdoor verandas, lovely landscaping, little boats. They're ready to take out. Look at this lovely house here. It's pretty beautiful. And if you're standing on that veranda looking out early in the morning, this is what you get to see. Straight out in front of you. That's your view. That's pretty nice. And the sun's just starting to glow on the boats. All right, let's keep walking. So we're heading towards the ferry wharf. That one there, right in front of us, is where the ferry to Palm Beach pulls up. Isn't it? I like this one. This has really got a beautiful big veranda out the front. Look at it. And then there's some older homes, some more modest homes, some more obviously weekenders over there. And it's just so lovely and quiet, so peaceful. Definitely doggy prints, yep, absolutely. Lots of doggy prints. Look at these tiny, tiny, tiny little ones. Unless it was a very small Tasmanian devil, but he'd be lost. I like driftwood. Let's see, we've got this big piece of wood here. And then over in the background there is this big, huge hotel resort. I'll just zoom in on it from here, but we're going to actually walk past it. Now, I just noticed a cormorant landing in the water. Oh, he's just dived. Wonder how long he'll take to come back up again. We'll keep an eye out to see how long he takes. Somewhere over there. He just ducked under the water. Wonder how long cormorants can hold their breath for. This has got some rather nice, very relaxed, inducing chairs right there, right at the edge, just looking out. Pretty nice place to sit. If you're sitting there with your, what are you going to have there, pina colada or mimosa on the table beside you, and you're looking out over here. You can watch the ferry come in from Palm Beach. This one's actually called Beach Club. I wonder if it is actually a club or if it's just the name of a house. I don't know. Hello, good morning. Oh, and look at this. We've got a little seat over here called Granny's Spot. So I want to know why she gets shoved out onto the side over there all by herself. Lucky homeowners, yeah. All right, so the sun's just highlighting the end of this broken pier. Let's see if I can get in nice and close for an interesting snapshot here. It's making some nice reflections. And we've got the fishermen are out on the end of the pier. I'm just going to try and get you a nice shot here with this broken down fence. I know it's got some ugly orange plasticky stuff in the way, but it's quite interesting. All right, let's pick up the pace a little, because I'm aiming for that point out there, and just around the bend is the coffee shop that we're heading towards. So we'll pick up the pace a little bit, head over in that direction. So this is where the ferry comes in. This is the wharf. So maybe one day Richard and I could arrange a meet-up. He could bring you over on the ferry from Palm Beach, and I could do a walk, continue on from him. We could tag at this point here, perhaps. I don't know, there's lots of possibilities. All right, let's walk along here. It's pretty, isn't it, Cynthia? Let's just turn back and have a look. You can see the mist over there just hanging over the hills. We actually had to drive through a fair bit of mist to get to here this morning. I'm looking back towards that lovely sky. Okay, let's keep walking. So Ettalong is an Aboriginal word. It means basically a place to drink. So apparently there was a freshwater spring somewhere in this area that the Indigenous people obviously knew about, and they could come down here and get their fresh water. Sometimes hard to come by in an area that's dominated by salt water. So nowadays, Ettalong is largely holiday homes, although there's more permanent residents here now. It's quite a long way to get to the motorway or the highway from here. It's quite rugged terrain, quite hilly, and lots of winding roads. From our place this morning, which is literally just across the other side of the Hawkesbury from here, it took 45 minutes to drive to here. And we're about 85 kilometres north of Sydney. Sunrise at Narrabeen, good on him. It's fabulous down there. If you can get that beautiful shot across North Narrabeen ocean pool. I've done that a few times. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'll see if I can join him, as in join his tour. Yeah, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful down there at Narrabeen. I grew up at Narrabeen. I went to Narrabeen High School. So there's a point here where it's rather difficult to walk along the beach, which is why I've come up to the upper level, and then we'll go back down to the beach once we get around near the club and resort over there. So what am I hearing above me? I'm hearing rainbow lorikeets. There's evidence of cockatoos with all this, all these leaves and branches on the ground here. I'm sure it wasn't just a wild storm last night. The cockatoos come through and they nip the branches off. Oh, the 12 Northern Beaches. I didn't actually see that one. I was aware that he was doing it. I've kind of been a bit all over the place. It's hard to get to other guides' tours for me just at the moment, while I settle in to learning and figuring out things. Better the branches than the side of houses, that's exactly right. Just moving out of the way of a lady who's doing some morning exercise to give her some privacy. That's pretty, isn't it? It's big. And we've got some townhouses here. And it's great that there's a path. Not everywhere in Australia have they kept public reserve in waterfront areas. Hi Haywood, welcome. It was very busy, but he ended up at Narrabeen and running into the daughter of a Voyager. Oh wow, that's cool. And then right over there in the distance, we'll get a better look at it when we get further around the point. Right over there in the distance is Lion Island. So that island is at the entrance of the Hawkesbury River, at Broken Bay. In between, it forms the dividing line between the northern beaches of Sydney, or the northern border of Sydney, and the southern end of the Central Coast. So we are right at the southern tip of the Central Coast at this point here. There's a few more people about now. And in the power lines above us, I'm just going to show you these guys. They're not cockatoos, they're corellas. Not quite as noisy as cockatoos, and they don't have the yellow crest. Well, I'll get a bit closer, I'll zoom in and show them to you. Let me see. Okay. So there we have... Okay, so that's a corella up there. You might be able to see the pink and blue around the eye, and it doesn't have the yellow crest of a cockatoo. There we go. Oh look, this one's got a pool right out the front. Very nice. Looks like it's still under construction or renovation, one or the other. And these stairs must need repairs. They've been closed off. The joggers are coming out, the walkers. That's pretty nice, isn't it? Looks like it's two residences. It's got a dividing partition between the two of them. Oop. Don't trip. And then right next to it, a fairly typical 70s era, I'm guessing maybe even 60s, 1960s era house. Not much privacy at that pool, no. You'd want to put some kind of film or something over it, wouldn't you? This is lovely. I really like this style. Look at this. And it's got some magnificent gum trees in behind it as well. Very, very quaint and picturesque. Okay, I'm just going to pick up the pace a little. Richard said, "Why are you going all this way past the wharf? You're adding another 10-15 minutes to your tour." I said, "Because it's nice. It's lovely up there. Look at this." So I think that might be Bora. I think that might be contributing to the death of this tree. And then we've got a hollow. Look, there's a tree hollow there. And I'm wondering if there's any birds making use of that hollow for nesting. Okay, I'm going to pick up the pace again. It's a cute little boat out there. There's one similar to that up near Woy Woy. And whoever came with me on the Woy Woy ferry trip, there was a little boat like that up that way, and it was a former ferry. But I talked to the skipper of the ferry that I was on. He said they're not supposed to use it anymore because it doesn't meet compliance for accessibility any longer. So They only really use it if they absolutely have to. We've got some lorikeets in this tree here. All right, let's see if I can not scare them off. One's gone. And the other one's gone. I don't know what's so popular with the pigeons over here. There's a whole bunch of them. What's so appealing for pigeons in this area? I'm not sure. And a gaggle of ducks. I'm wondering if someone's feeding these birds. We've got a whole pile of ducks as well. They are beautiful birds, aren't they, Lynn and Emily? They're gorgeous. Here's a little street library. Wondering if there's any books. I wonder if Richard stopped and had a look and found anything as we walked past. Okay, can I come back down to the beach here, or do I have to go a little further? Let me just check. Because there's this kind of a stone wall at one point, which was difficult to get past. Oh, looks like I can come back down here. This looks good. There we go, that's nicer than walking along the road. Oh, you've seen that street library before, Sarah? And I always love upturned boats. I don't know what it is about upturned boats, but I think they make pretty pictures. Look at that. Maybe not with the block of flats behind. Okay, so there's something up ahead, something with windows and tables. I wonder if that's a cafe. And the sand's quite soft here, so it slows down walking a little bit because it's wet, but it's also soft. Those were cockatoos that just flew over making that noise. Squawky cockatoos. And I did say we'd do some beachcombing, but there hasn't been much to look at. Just a few seagrasses. Not even any shells at the moment, really. Okay, let's have a look back behind us. Why is the water so calm? Well, we're actually protected here, Tina. And hi, I didn't see you join. Welcome. So it's quite protected here. We have, right at the very beginning of the chat, I popped in a link to the Google map of our location. So, although we open out to the sea right over there, so that's where it opens out to the ocean, it's actually really protected. So, we're actually in a bay here, then over... Boy, oh boy, what are they fighting over? Over there is line. All right, how's this looking, guys? Is this any better? I can see that the writing is now in green. Signal back. Back, okay, excellent. Oh, thank you. It's really difficult from this end when you're not really sure what's going on. Emily, I think, was asking me if I was going to go down to Bilgola. Emily, if you're back, I was saying before I realised that I was no longer connected that I'm very familiar with Bilgola. My brother lives at Bilgola Plateau. In fact, my son did a couple of seasons many years ago of Bilgola Beach, Nippers. So I'm very familiar with that area. It's just too far for me to go at the moment. Living at Brooklyn, we are quite a long way from those areas. So I'm happy to leave that to Richard. But my brother does surf photography, so if anyone's interested in seeing some amazing surf photography, his Instagram handle is @your.surf, and I highly recommend it. He gets down to the beach every morning, and he has a little flag attached to his tripod, takes lots and lots and lots of photos, and I'm just going to zoom on in this boat. It's quite pretty. Takes lots of photos and then makes them available for sale. All right, so we can see here we're looking out. That's actually the Pacific Ocean right through that break over there, and that's Barrenjoey Head, where Richard often goes up to the lighthouse. And Laurie says, are you still living where you were in that house? Yes, I am. Yep. We've got another 2.5 months or 2 and a bit months still in that house. It's beautiful. I can't tell you how much I love living there. And where we are located right now, where I'm standing right now, is about a 45 minute drive from Brooklyn. So for those who joined late, this is Ettalong Beach. Ettalong is an Aboriginal word that means place to get a drink, or place where you can get a drink of water, basically. And the reason for that is that there was a freshwater stream, a spring somewhere in this area that the Indigenous people would come to for going to start tomorrow. Yes, it's been a bit of a drama. It's been a bit of an ordeal, but hopefully we're there now. Hopefully it's all go, all systems. Buffering a bit. Oh, this is annoying, isn't it? Okay, let's just stop for a moment. Is it that improved, Emily? Are we still buffering, or have things improved? I can see the numbers. All I can tell you is that the numbers are green. Sometimes they're red, sometimes they're green, but at the moment they're green. So I would assume that should mean that, oh look, Willy Wagtail. This is the Australian equivalent of squirrel. Look, there he is. Come back, there you are. Gorgeous little Willy Wagtail. Okay, let's keep going. I'm heading towards a little cafe that I saw on Google Maps that looks really quaint and cute. Sound is good, pick a little choppy. Sorry to hear that, guys. There's absolutely no reason why we should have poor signal in an area like this. Absolutely none. I'm going to walk down here. Look at this. Let's go explore. Does it fly? The bird, yes. And it's got a gorgeous little tune as well. That was just a chatter that it was making just then. But it has a lovely sort of chorus type call. Really pretty. Okay, that was nice, walking through that little pathway back onto the beach. Just stop and pause and listen to the water for a moment. He made it pretty obvious, didn't he, Tina? They're so cute. My daughter said yesterday, we were having a little walk and we spotted one, and she said, I want to be reincarnated as a willy wagtail, because then she can be proud of her butt wiggle. not be afraid to show it. I love it when they're that age. Oh, here comes Doggo. A Weimaraner. Good morning. Okay, I'm warming up. I have to tell you, when I first started, I was cold. It was 12 degrees and I was quite cold standing out there just before I went live. But now, walking along, I think it's about 2 kilometres along the stretch that we've just done. And it's very, very pretty, and I'm warming up. Such a lovely colour, aren't they, Weimaraners? They're really pretty. Look at the sky now. Let's go up. Look at that. Oh, someone wants to be off the lead, I think. Yes, the woolly wagtail is an Australian bird, Neil. Not many birds here are introduced, thankfully, because introduced animals in Australia are a problem. They threaten our native species. We have sparrows though. The English brought those in. They brought the sparrows. Goodness only knows why. I think they like the call, the song. We don't see many of those recently. I don't know what's happened to them. I don't know whether other birds have competed with them. Right, not too far to go. We've been going, how long? Oh, I can't tell you, can I? It's only been 9 minutes on this stream. I think we've been going about 45 minutes, which means that we'll go for about another 5 minutes or so and should arrive at the cafe. Cynthia says 50 degrees is my favourite temp. It's hot here. You mean 50 degrees Fahrenheit? I think I would probably find that a little cool. We're heading for a top today of 20 degrees, which I think is about 68 in Fahrenheit. And that to me is comfortable, very pleasant. All right, we can see the lighthouse now. Let's see if I zoom in. There we go, there's Barrenjoey Lighthouse. So that's Palm Beach over there. Whoops, sorry, I'm accidentally scrolling. I want to zoom out. So I don't know if it's officially an dog off-leash area, or I suspect not. But obviously people do. And as long as they pick up after them, I'm fine with that. Just pick up after them, that's all I ask. 21 is perfect. Yeah, that sounds good to me. There we go. Two little pals.
Come on, let's go.
Hello.
Aggie.
Hello. No jumping.
Aggie.
Okay, we start to see the surf as we are around this point here. So we start to see the wash coming in. Well, it's not really surf, but the wash coming in from the incoming tide. (90°F in Seattle. Yeah, that's a bit too hot, isn't it? So we're at the tail end of autumn here in Australia. It's June 1st is the beginning of winter for us. I'll just take you over to where you can see the waters meeting, I guess, is what's happening over here. And then on our left is an area that's known as Boudai, B-O-U-D-I, Boudai National Park. See, you can see how all of a sudden it gets really choppy. We've got calm water that's meeting all this really choppy water. Okay, now somewhere around here I need to go back up to the road and look for, funnily enough, Barrenjoey Road, which almost sounds like it's a continuation of the main road in Avalon and Palm Beach. But unless they build a bridge, it's not. So I'm going to look for a place that's not too difficult to head up. Julie says, this is a lovely beach and very quiet. I've seen the lighthouse on a couple of Richard's tours. Have you had time to meet up with him? I haven't met up with him in person. We've had a couple of false starts. Richard likes to keep to his area. He's not very comfortable leaving the northern beaches. I've suggested to him a couple of times that he should come and meet me somewhere, which he'd love to do, but he doesn't like leaving the northern beaches very much. He'll go into the city on the ferry from Manly, but that's about it. Whereas I'll go anywhere, as long as it doesn't take me too long to get there. And I can feel a couple of raindrops. It's a bit hard walking here. So we just need to get to this cafe. I think I see a path over there. Let's head over there. What's the cute coffee spot? It's called Betty's on the Beach. It's not really on the beach. It's about a block away from the beach. But it's a little sort of mini caravan. You know, one of those round bubble-shaped ones. Yeah, he likes the ferries. Here we go, I found a path. Perfect. All right, so we're just going to get one last shot over here with this interesting, whatever that is. We've got corellas flying past. And I'm just trying to zoom in slightly without affecting the chat. So you can see Lion Island in front of us. And then over on the left is Barrenjoey Lighthouse. Okay. Oh, this is a workout, I tell you. Walking in the sand. Better than any thigh blaster. And I just need to find this road because I've never been here before, so I'm not sure whether to turn left or right, but I think I turn left. Okay, here we go. I think some of your comments are for each other, so I'll just skip over those. And yes, Dolores, the sand is quite golden, but it's exaggerated because of the rain. It rained last night, so the sand is wet, and so it looks a lot more golden than if it was dry. It's a nifty little gadget. And that's called the hacienda. It's been done in tiles on the front there. Alright, I don't know what happened to my chat. My chat's gone. Come back. There it is. And there's a road just up at the head, so I think that's the road that I'm looking for. So every so often there's a little path like this that heads down to the beach. On either side of it they're trying to do dune stabilisation. So basically to prevent the sand erosion. Yeah, Rosie, I know you're still there, but I lost it completely. That chat just disappeared off my screen. I couldn't figure out what I'd done to make it go. But every time you touch the screen to make it zoom in, there's a risk that you're going to touch something else. So I've got to be a little bit careful. Okay, have I found Barrenjoey Road? I think I have. Here we go, guys. On the left-hand side, we've got like dozens and dozens and dozens of cockatoos getting into something over there. Cockatoos and corellas, so there's a mixture of both of them there. So that call is the corella. The cockatoos are much louder, screechier one. And then on the right, here we go, look at this. It's Felice. It's called Salt. I'm going to cross over here and we'll head up to the cafe. I wonder if Richard's already ordered. Heaps of birds, lots of them. Yep. Okay, not much further. Should be just up ahead. If Google Maps is still accurate, we've got fingers crossed that it still is. It should be just up ahead, I think on my right. Anyway, you're coming on the adventure with me, guys. Hunting down coffee. Oh, my husband. His name's Richard too. Sorry, Dolores. That was confusing, wasn't it? Yeah. Too many Richards. All right, so we're looking for Betty's by the beach. And I'm hoping it's just past this place. Where are you, Betty? Where's Betty? Betty! Hi. Can you tell me where Betty's is?
Who?
The cafe, little caravan.
Just behind this building here.
Just behind this
Look
one.
on the other side.
Thank you. Excellent. We found it. Oh, your husband is Richard too, Rose? Okay, it should be just up here. Coffee in the garden, that sounds promising. Ah, here we go. This is the one. Very cute, but Richard's not here. So I might have to love you and leave you guys. What a cute little cafe. Definitely found the right place. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. He found it. Hi, good morning. There we go. All right. Oh, gosh, I don't think I'm going to sit in there. Yep. All right. So we're going to order a coffee, and let me turn the camera around. All right. Thanks everyone for coming, and we are going to have a coffee here. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. So things went a little bit awkward there with with closing in and out of the tour, but at least I know how to do it now, which is good, which is excellent result. Okay, so here we go. This is where we're going to be. We're going to sit up here, this cute little spot here, and we're going to have a coffee. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much, and bye for now.